Welcome back. Let's finish up going over questions 4 and 5 from that check for understanding form that you just completed on box and whisker plots and bar graphs. So let's take a look at question 4. It says the following data represents the number of text messages that 11 students sent in 1 hour. So they give us the data. Find the lower quartile and the upper quartile, so Q1 and Q3. So if you're going to do this by hand, you want to start by putting the numbers in order from least to greatest. So that's what I did down here just to save us a little bit of time. Now, before you can find the lower quartile, which is the median of the lower half of the data, and the upper quartile, which is the median of the upper half of the data, you need to start by finding the actual median of the entire data set. So remember, your median is your number that's in the middle. So if I have 11 data values, my median is going to be the 6th number. Okay, and the reason why this is my median is because there are 5 numbers below it and 5 numbers above it. And of course, you can go back to the old school method of crossing off from one number from the left and one from the right until you reach that center number. So your median here is 59. Now remember, your median divides your data into a lower half and an upper half of data. So because 59 is my median, it's not going to go with the lower half or the upper half. It's simply the median of my data. So my lower half of data is going to be these 5 numbers. My upper half is going to be these 5. So now to find my Q1, I want to find the median of the lower half. So I'm just looking at these 5 numbers that I have underlined in green. So my median here of these 5 numbers would be 25. So that's my first quartile. The median of the 5 values that are in the upper half of the data is going to be right here. So that's my third quartile, my Q3. So my first quartile is 25. My third quartile is 81. So the answer is letter D. Now remember, you can also use your graphing calculator, whether you have your own or you downloaded the one online, to help you with these quartiles. All you need to do, go to your graphing calculator, put the data values into the calculator. So to do that, you're going to hit Stat, and you want the first option, which is Edit. And you're just going to edit a list. So you're going to put your data values into that list. So I went ahead and did that. All you need to do is type in the data value, hit enter after each data value. So I went ahead and typed those in. So once you get your data values into your list, you're going to do second mode, which is quit. It takes you back to your home screen. And then you're going to go back to that stat menu. This time we want to scroll over to calc, because we're going to try to calculate the quartiles. And I want this first option, which is my one variable statistics option. So hit enter. It's just going to basically ask you, where did you put your numbers? What list did you put them in? We put them into list 1. So you're just going to hit enter 3 times. And this whole list comes out when you hit enter 3 times. But if you scroll down, here are the numbers that you need. So here's your Q1, which is 25. Here's your median, and here's your Q3. So it's definitely a nice way to at least check your work if you're going to do this by hand. All right, let's look at number 5. Derek asked 20 students to select their favorite color. The results are shown in the bar graph below. So he started by asking 20 students what their favorite number was. So the total in this bar graph is 20. And if you read over and you missed that part about the total of 20 students, you could always add up the heights of these bars on the bar graph. So this is 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, and 3. So if I add 2 plus 6, I get 8, plus 1 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 5 is 17, plus 3 is 20. So that's another way to go about calculating your total there. Now it says if Derek asks another 60 students, so we're trying to make a prediction here. We're trying to predict how many of those 60 students are likely to select orange as their favorite color. So he knows how many out of 20 picked orange, so 5 out of 20. We're trying to figure out how many of the new 60 students are going to select orange. So here's what you need to do. Look at the original data. Figure out how many students selected orange. So it's 5 out of 20. And then all you need to do is you need to take that fraction and multiply it by the new total, which is 60. So if you take 5 over 20, and of course you could simplify that, so you can make this 1/4 times 60. 1/4 of 60 is 15. So out of those new 60 students, we would expect 15 to select orange. So for number 5, you should have gotten letter C.